Since I was a little girl, I knew that I wanted to be a teacher. My teachers throughout school were always willing to go that extra mile for me, even if it meant staying after school. I always wanted to be an A student, and my teachers never gave up on me. They wanted me to be successful. I knew then that I was going to be a teacher that would make a difference in other students' life, just like my teachers did. I remember when I used to work at Mountain View Community College, I would tutor students, and one day the students asked me, "Why aren't you a teacher?" And after hearing that, I knew I had to finish my degree. After receiving my associate's degree from Mountain View, I realized that I had to find a fast-paced program where I can gain as much knowledge as possible in order to be prepared for my future classroom. My education philosophy is to simply empower my students to confidently and successfully confront any challenge. In my future classroom, each school day students will listen, they will think, they will read, and they will write. As a class, we will learn from each other, grow with each other, and love each other. Guys, before we get started with our lesson, we're going to review our rules, our classroom rules. Let's look at our rules that we created together at the beginning of the year. So for a Korean dollar, Mariah, what table can tell me the rules? I'm going to pick the quietest table. So table 1. What is our classroom rule?
Sit in my seat.
Table 2.
Talk with permission.
Table 1.
Ask questions.
Table 2.
Respect myself, my peers, and my teacher.
Awesome. Now that we talked about the rules, we're going to learn about our vocabulary words. I need everyone to pay attention, everyone to say. While working at stations, we listen for instructions, share materials, we use our library voice. When talking with classmates, we clean the stations, we listen for switch them, change them, rearrange them. Students will quickly clean up and get ready to switch stations. A classroom economy will be used and students will earn money. For example, students can earn $5 for being present and on time and $1 for completing homework. Students can also be fined. For example, students might have to pay $1 for no homework or $100 for fighting with a classmate. I will provide tangible reinforcement that students can see, touch, or hold. For example, students can use their money to purchase food, pencils, and other inexpensive items. During lessons, I will also provide social reinforcements. For example, I will give students smiles, praises, and lunch and recess with the teacher frequently to create a positive classroom environment. Finally, students who work diligently and consistently will be given activity reinforcement such as independent reading time and computer time. I will use CHAMPS in my classroom. CHAMPS is a management system to develop an instructional structure in which students are responsible, motivated, and highly engaged in a specific task. The acronym CHAMPS defines detailed behavior expectations for each instructional approach. CHAMPS is an acronym for Conversation, Help, Activity, Movement, Participation, and Success. The key components of effective instruction are planning, delivering, and evaluating instruction. If all students in a class were at the same instructional level, and if the goals and objectives of instruction were the same for all students, then planning would be simple and timeless. But all students are not alike, and the goals and objectives of instruction are not the same for all students. That is why planning is such an important part of instruction. As you present the instructional content, modeling is significant to student success. The lesson cycle, or as we all know, I do, we do, and you do, begins with the alignment of the lesson. A lesson should always be presented in a logical sequence. For example, in a math lesson, you would begin with concrete examples that eventually will lead to abstract concepts. We need illustrations, anchor charts, manipulatives, so that students can reach their highest potential. Today we're going to be learning how to add. And we're going to be using the following set model and the 10 frame model and the place value frames. So let's get started with our word problem. I want you guys to read together with me. Eric had 15 stamps in his collection. He bought 26 more stamps. How many stamps does he have now? So let's look back at our question and let's evaluating instruction is not enough to know what students are capable of doing. Teachers also must know exactly what students struggle with and adjust instruction based on students' needs. For example, to solve an addition problem, a student must understand addends or numbers, the meaning of addition sign, and have basic understanding of addition. Data analysis can provide a snapshot of what students know, what they should know, and what can be done to meet their academic needs. With appropriate data analysis, teachers can make informed decisions that positively affect student outcomes. After completing my data analysis project, I will be able to differentiate and scaffold instruction in my future classroom.
¿Qué te gusta? ¿Qué te gusta? Me gustan las naranjas, dijo el niño. ¿Y a ti? No, a mí. No, dijo la niña. A mí me gustan las manzanas. ¿Y a ti? No, a mí no me gusta. A mí no, dijo
Regrésate aquí otra vez, lee eso que dice ahí.
No, dijo el niño. A mí me gusta.
classmates. My name is Jasmine Correa, and this is my classmate,
Álvaro Arroliga.
And Flor Salinas.
The purpose of this performance is for students to identify that Dolly Madison was a hero because she saved important government papers and a famous painting of George Washington when the British attacked Washington.
Why was Dolly Madison a hero of the war between the States and Great Britain?
A British Navy captain stopped an American ship.
For goods and ships.
Yes, that's a big problem, but what can we do?
We have to declare war against the British. We have no choice.
They have a bigger army and more resources. How can we find them?
Hi, my name is Alabama, but you can call me the state of tribal town. I'm the 22nd state, and I was adopted in 1819. I'm the heart of Dixie, where you can find cotton, peanuts, and livestock. You can even see the state bird, the yellowhammer. Come visit Alabama to see Vulcan, a civic work of art that is one of the world's largest cast statues, or visit our Smoky Mountains and Sugar Beaches.